I would like to know what is considered femininity when it comes to my healing journey. I'm currently experiencing a lot of anger as I process some of my trauma, and I'm unsure if that is part of the process of healing or if that's a symptom of regression. I guess I'm unsure what to do with all this anger I feel rise up as I take a look back at my past, and it causes me to experience the pain. What a great question. And I want to answer it in a way that's even bigger than the femininity. But for anybody experiencing that, it's obviously also related to femininity, because when we're angry, we get hard, and hard is the opposite than femininity. So it's very much related. But to speak about this anger, grief, pain, those are very normal emotions that come up when we are healing. Because one, you lost something, whether it's because you lost connection, you lost time in your life, you lost something, you paid a price when there was something traumatic that happened. So you have to be able to grieve it. And when you're doing a correction to your nervous system, and especially through witnessing, a lot of the times we predefine the situation. We elevate our parents because they're our parents. We want to see them in the best light of just loving us. And I'm not saying that to blame them. The opposite is the truth. But I'm saying when something happened to us, we have to move through anger and be angry at who hurt us to be able to heal. So for me to heal from my mom's mental illness and what it did for me, it was not her fault. She was mentally ill. She has no control. But she hurt me. She hurt me on a regular basis, and that created so much damage. And I lost years and ability to love, and I lost like the ability to chase what I wanted in my life, because I started at such a low point and I had to climb back up. There was such a high price. And not only that, but she hurt me, right? I was hurt by that. Like I almost needed her to say, I'm sorry, even if she couldn't. So to be able to move through that anger was super important for releasing it from my body, not releasing it on her, but to release it out of my body, to be able to forgive for what happened, to be able to also forgive life. One of the things that come up for us a lot is that a lot of people get stuck in like, why me? Why me? Why somebody else didn't have something like this? Why my situation harder than theirs? Why me? Why me? Why did this happen? Now, there's no answer to any of that. It is the card you were dealt. But the truth is that it hurt, right? We got what we got. We got dealt the cards that we got dealt, and there was a price that we had to pay. And for that, we can be angry, and we can be angry at life, but we need to forgive life for the fact that it happened to us. We have to forgive life for the fact that life is unfair. Life doesn't deal the same amount for everybody. Life is unfair, or it can be unfair. And we need to be able to forgive that to move forward. And that also means being angry at the fact that that happened to me, or being angry at someone that hurt us, or being angry at whatever that is. So when you're asking whether this is something that you regressing, or whether that's something good that's happening, that's something very good that's happening. So you being angry is allowing you to release some of these emotions out of your body and to heal. So allow this anger to come out. I had a very good way of working through my anger. I will share with you how I worked through my anger. I worked on a heavy bag. So I learned full contact karate for 2 years. I was that angry. And I worked on my heavy bag, and I was punching and I was kicking, and I was putting the pictures of the people that I was angry at and just like punching them. And it's like in a very productive way. And that released a lot of the anger from the body in a way that was actually also spiritual, and really brought me into kind of like feeling that power and never using it in a bad way against anybody. So there's also a great way of releasing that anger from your body in a way that's healthy. As I said before, it's not like I skipped over the anger. I worked through the anger. I released that anger. I processed it. But how can you find your purpose if you're angry and blaming someone else? Purpose is about you stepping into your higher self, you owning your life, you having the power to go after you truly what you love to do. But if you're so angry and blaming others, that the opposite energy, you cannot touch that purpose. So the first thing to do is to heal what is in you that needs to release that anger, and really work with that anger till you let it out of your body. And that might not be a day or a month, it might be even a year, but dedicate all the time that you need till you release it. And when you will really release that part, you will find that you can move to the next stage of your life, or whatever it is that needs expressing. But it's like, we get to a point where something makes us angry and we just go like, well, can I be done with it right now? Isn't there a fast forward button? Can we get out of it? Well, I wish, but the only way to move through it is to move through it, right? And it looks very different for each one of us because it depends on what your body needs, but you also have to own your narrative and your story. Owning your narrative and your story is understanding what happened, allowing yourself to be angry, but not sitting in that victimhood for the rest of your life by saying, you know what, my parents did, or whomever, I'm just giving an example, my parents did whatever they did and they hurt me and I'm angry about it and I need to release that, but I know that this is just who they are. It's their trauma or whatever the context was that caused them to be that way. And to be able to own that and go like, okay, so in a year from now, where I want to be in my life is to be able to let that anger, for example, and to start to go towards my purpose. What do I need to do right now to get there? And then to start do it on a regular basis as long as it takes till you get there and not stop till you do.